For episode 11 of season 3, we'll be featuring preparations for the holiday season, including New Year's in our community. So grab your favorite holiday drink and snack as we'll be focusing on individuals and places to keep you warm and cozy during the holidays and New Year's. For our pastry selection, we have a segment from the Big Apple highlighting a Japanese-focused shopping and eating area. For our salad selection, we have a story of a Presbyterian congregation currently celebrating 100 years of existence. For our chef special, our video reporter from Southern California highlights an Osechi Ryori New Year's meal event. And for dessert, we invite our Origami Now Columnist to help us wrap an oddly shaped gift. And of course, stick around to be treated to some news bites of happenings in our Japanese and Japanese American community. Finally, we end the program tonight with tips of events that are coming up in the next month and beyond. So without further delay, let's start the cafe. Before we start our episode tonight, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel and give this episode a like down below if you like what we're doing here at the cafe. Alright, so starting off with our pastry selection tonight, our contributing videographer in New York, Kelly Yokoi, visits Japan Village, a unique Japanese cultural destination located in Brooklyn, New York. Please enjoy.
I'm Kelly with the Nichi Bei Café, and today we're here at Japan Village in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, so we're at the first floor of Japan Village, which is mostly food, but right here we have Sunrise Mart, which is a Japanese market here. Let's go check it out. So here's their tofuya. They make different homemade delectables. They have stuff like soy milk and homemade tofu. And they even have natto. Another special thing that they have is premium Japanese beef. So let's go check that out too. And you can see all of the beautiful selection here. Look at that marbling. And then one last thing that they have here in Sunrise Mart that's special is a fish market. Look at the cute little shrimp. Let's go check out the other things that's on the first floor of Japan Village.
This is Café Japan. They are known for their Japanese-style pastries and cakes. They go well with the coffee and tea that they serve as well.
Right behind me is the really popular bento yasan. They sell different bentos and onigiris
filled with various ingredients such as umeboshi, salmon, and karage. It's a great place for a quick, light meal.
This is Hachi.
They sell Japanese street foods such as takoyaki, yakisoba, and okonomiyaki.
Here we have Sake's Bar.
Sake's Bar sits in the middle of the food hall and they offer a selection of different Japanese drinks on the weekends.
This is Umami House. They serve Japanese fried rice here and also poke bowls.
This is Moriya. They offer different types of donburi such as beef, chicken, and vegetables. They also serve Japanese curry.
Behind me here is Shokusaido.
They offer a wide variety of Japanese fried foods such as kushiten, karage, and katsu.
This is Gohei. They serve fresh soba and udon.
Their menu also features different broths, tempura toppings, and noodle combinations.
And then our last stop here is Ramen Sekagaya, where you can get delicious ramen.
They have different broths such as tonkotsu, shoyu, and miso, along with various toppings.
So now we're going to go outside to see a few other places that they have here on this first level of Japan Village. Oh, beautiful man. So this is the courtyard, and there are a few other places here that we can check out. So tucked away in here is Waku Waku, which is a Japanese izakaya.
They serve a variety of small, flavorful dishes to go with alcoholic drinks. You can get your yakitori fix here.
Now we'll head upstairs to the second floor of Japan Village where they have different Japanese shops.
So this is the second floor of Japan Village. There's lots of tables for you to hang and chill at, and you could also look at the different shops. They also tend to hold different events and workshops here. Japan Village also offers a variety of claw machines so you can win some cute prizes. Here you have a small chashitsu where you can arrange to enjoy a Japanese tea ceremony experience. While you hang out on the second floor, you can enjoy a treat at Yamada. They have different Japanese desserts, but their specialty is kakigori. This is a relatively new store called JapanClan. They aim to embody the fusion of Japanese culture with Brooklyn's urban lifestyle by offering curated streetwear. This is called Bobbinage, a retail and workshop combined into one. They offer different classes for sewing and fabric crafts, and they have a variety of materials for sale. This is Book Off, which is a Japanese secondhand shop. This is one of the 2 locations in New York, and they have lightly handled manga, DVDs, video games, figurines, and more. For your Japanese beauty products, be sure to head to Beauty at the Loft, where they have a variety of options at your disposal. Right next door is Seto Monoya for Japanese pottery such as teapots, teacups, and bowls. Here, Japan Village offers a variety of brochures and ads for traveling in Japan. Definitely a great place to learn more about your next trip.
So that's it for the quick tour of Japan Village. Hope you guys enjoyed it and we'll come check it out. Let me know if you want to see anything else here in New York.
Thanks for that segment, Kelly. We hope to bring more stories from your side of the pond. Next up, our Nichi Bei Cafe team travels to San Mateo, California to visit a Presbyterian congregation named after Dr. Ernest Adolph Sturge, a physician and Presbyterian missionary. The congregation celebrated a century of existence in the peninsula. Please enjoy our salad mix today.
On October 20th, 2024, the Sturge Presbyterian Church in San Mateo, California, commemorated its 100th anniversary. Former members of the church who had moved away from the city returned to celebrate this historic occasion and reunite with old friends.
Thank you for coming as busy as you are in the midst of your busy schedules to this 100th anniversary, to celebrate this 100th anniversary of Sturge Presbyterian Church. And it is just such a joy to celebrate 100 years of life together, of God's faithfulness together.
Thank you for the incredible contribution you have made to San Mateo, and look forward to celebrating the next 100 years with all of you. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I'm a relative newcomer here. This is October 20th. I've been here 34 years, so that makes me relatively new. So I'll be covering the early history of the church from its foundings and to the additions and expansions.
In October of 1923, a Christian funeral was held in honor of Mr. Seiichi Kaneko of San Mateo, officiated by the Reverend Yasaburo Tsuda of San Francisco's Japanese Methodist Church, the first formal gathering of Japanese Christians in San Mateo. In October of 1924, regular services began for the group, led by Reverend Sokichi Hata, and meeting at the Congregational Church of San Mateo.
After briefly joining with the Japanese Christian Church of San Mateo as a branch, they decided to go their own way, and the Congregational Church would be the physical home until 1938. So when Dr. Sturge arrived in 1925, he came back to San Mateo. He'd worked for decades with groups of Japanese Christians on the West Coast. He eventually established 14 churches from San Francisco to Orange County. He was the director of national missions, helping to found those churches. He did travel to Japan as well, and was even honored in 1904 with the Order of the Rising Sun by the Emperor Meiji. So again, we incorporated as an independent church in 1929, and those lots were purchased. Details appeared in a local paper under the headline, "White Doctor Leaves Estate to Japanese." So that was newsworthy. Proceeds of the sale actually purchased this, purchase of the sale of the Elm Street property actually allowed them to build the cottage. They'd already purchased the lots, and this became the permanent home.
During World War II, Japanese living on the west coast of the United States were forcefully removed from their communities and incarcerated at concentration camps for the duration of the war. The Sturge Church members affected by Executive Order 9066 would primarily have been imprisoned at Topaz concentration camp. In 1945, following the war, church leaders established Sturge Memorial Cottage as a temporary housing for the returning Japanese.
Our church was reestablished, and in 1951, the Japanese Independent Union Church joined the Presbyterian Church in the USA and became Sturge Presbyterian Church. It's thought that one factor in this decision was that Dr. Sturge was a Presbyterian. Another factor is that the Presbyterian Church had a pastor immediately available. Reverend Abraham Dohe was a student at San Francisco Theological Seminary and became full-time pastor upon graduation. He would serve here until 1965. In 1953, the sanctuary in which we worship today was built, and by 1960, then those needs of a growing Sunday school were apparent. The new office and classroom wing was built, complete in their structure.
Morning or almost noon, lunch, my favorite time of day. Welcome to the middle history portion of this program. You know, I've been studying the history of this church, and Pastor Drew, I've come to find out that, you know, Jesus is Japanese. Because he loves me so. Moving on. On with the slides. Okay, the next few slides are about the teriyaki chicken bento sales. I don't remember much about the bento preparation, but I do remember eating them. My mom said that the Sunday school teachers were apprehensive when our class was promoted to their grade. I wonder why. Thank you. That was the Middle Ages.
Our church's vision at Sturge Presbyterian is to grow a loving community of faithful disciples through prayerful, adaptive change, serving God, and building His kingdom. This is the 55 age group. The 80-plus luncheon. Happy Meals presently is being prepared for our friends at home who are not able to come to church. We remember them with a meal once a month, and it is prepared through the deacons that all of these lunches, I think over 25, are prepared each month to be delivered. And that brings us to a close for the last 25 years.
In my message, I mentioned earlier, but I started here in October of 2010, was that right? I was sitting in the pews in the back, and someone came up to me and said, congratulations on your retirement, but where are you going to worship now that you're retired? And I said right away, this is the church that I'm going to. And the pastor said to me, Reverend Hosumi, if that's the case, we would love to have you serve as our Japanese pastor and to preach for us. I'm going to be turning 93 soon, but I hope to serve as long as I can, as long as my health holds up. Please pray for me. I once was lost. I have already come. As long as life endures. I want to invite you all to consider what partnering and continuing to be connected to this community might be. At the very least, I pray that you would pray for us regularly. But we would love to have you back before our 200th anniversary. My family, we're bilingual. Some of us speak no English, others of us speak no Japanese. And so when we gather together for a family meal, we do something short and sweet. We say, praise the Lord, itadakimasu. Okay, together. Praise the Lord, itadakimasu. Okay, let's have our lunch.
Oh, I thought it was awesome. It was remarkable. Oh my gosh. If people could realize what labor was involved, it took many hours. We're very short-staffed, but they pulled it off. Well, I think we have a new minister, and we're hoping with his influence that he will be able to draw back the people who have missed that feeling of family.
We miss the past, and we think about 100 years, but it's going to be very exciting what's going to happen from here on out. God always seems to provide, you know, but you have to also recognize some churches merge, and some churches they just die off, you know, and you have to move on. You have to accept that. That's what change is all about. So thinking of your ministry and the challenge is very important for this church. They have to find that out and not try to live in the past.
All right, your bikes for adults too! Hooray!
Congratulations to Sturge Presbyterian Church for 100 years of faith, compassion, and service to San Mateo and the Japanese American community.
Thanks to our editor, Max Nihei, for that story. Okay, everyone, for our chef special tonight, our contributing writer and videographer Akira Olivia Kumamoto visits the Gardena Valley Japanese Cultural Institute in Gardena, California for their annual Osechi Ryori class. Enjoy.
For the second year in a row, Nichi Bei was able to visit the Gardena Valley Japanese Cultural Institute's annual Osechi Ryori class. Osechi Ryori is traditional Japanese New Year's food that symbolizes good luck, prosperity, and longevity for the year ahead. The foods that were highlighted this year were namasu, ozoni, datemaki, and chikuzeni.
My name is Mike Inoue, and I'm here to teach Osechi class. The reason why I enjoy doing this and that I was interested in doing this is because I feel that making all the traditional Japanese foods for New Year's is kind of becoming a lost art, since all the grandmas are getting pretty old now and aren't able to do it. So I wanted to kind of keep it alive and show it to the younger generations that it's possible, it's not really that difficult, it does take time, but I'm a firm believer in energy in the universe and people's energy, and I feel that putting your love into a dish makes it taste so better and so much more meaningful. I'm making datemaki, which is the tamago sweet omelet. It's with eggs and a fish cake, and this one is actually baked in the oven and then rolled.
Datemaki symbolizes knowledge and academic success.
Also going to be making chikuzen-ni, which is all the different vegetables that have been simmered. Although today, because of time, I found that doing it in the Instapot makes things a lot easier. In the old days, they used to cook each vegetable separately and then put it together. We're going to stick it all together and do it at one time. The vegetables will be like takenoko, which is the bamboo shoot, satoimo, the potatoes, carrots, sweet peas, shiitake, gobo.
Chikuzeni is eaten as a symbol of good fortune.
Ozoni basically depends on your region or how you grew up. I grew up eating it with napa, chikua, kamaboko, spinach, and a little bit of green onions, and then of course the mochi. And different people, depending on where you grow up, I use a soy sauce base. There also is a miso base, depending on where your parents grew up or your grandparents grew up. And then some regions will also add a protein, so either chicken or pork. Today, for me, I'm just doing it without any of that, just the fish cakes.
Ozoni is one of the most popular and important dishes of Osechi Ryori and is generally enjoyed with mochi. It symbolizes good health, prosperity, and good fortune for the year ahead.
We're doing namasu, which is pickled daikon and carrots. I'm going to be using a mandolin to shred it. You can also use a grater, which I grew up eating it that way because that's what my mom used. And if you don't have any of those, you can always do it by hand, which takes some practice, but is still possible.
While namasu is enjoyed all year round, its celebratory red and white colors make it an important dish in Osechi Ryori. It symbolizes peace and happiness.
Well, the reason why I got interested in doing cooking classes is because, for me personally, I really get enjoyment out of seeing people enjoy my food. You know, it just hits me deep in my heart. And I think that, you know, food is a good way for people to kind of feel better if they're, you know, upset or something. You know, food can help, you know, clear their mood and make them feel better. So that's kind of the reason why I'm doing this class. And I also like letting people know that, you know, cooking doesn't have to be real difficult and doesn't have to be real precise. You can, you know, make mistakes and it is still, well, for me, if I make a mistake, I can still change it and make it better. It's a tradition and it's things that you grow up with, and it just seems like things are getting lost. And, you know, it's time to kind of, you know, step back and look at, you know, our older generations and, you know, why they did things. And all the Osechi foods all have different meanings behind them, why you eat them.
A big thanks to Akira for that story. The print version of this story is featured in this week's edition of the Nichi Bei News, which hits the streets today. For this and other stories, please be sure to subscribe to the Nichi Bei News at www.nichibei.org/subscribe. Now moving on, our contributing columnist Linda Mihara returns each year at this time to show you how to wrap a gift with a Japanese flair. This year we challenged her to wrap a very oddly shaped item, as you'll see. Happy wrapping, Linda.
Hi, I'm Linda Mihara, and I'm the owner-manager of Pastry here in Japantown. We are entering our 57th year in business, and we are a legacy business with San Francisco, which is fantastic. We have a fantastic collection of papers from around the world, and one of the largest origami paper and book selections on the planet. We also have a fantastic origami museum, and so we invite everyone to come and check it out. There's something for everyone here at Pastry. What I'm going to show you today are some wonderful ways to do gift wrapping, and it is the time of year where we're giving gifts, and you might have some challenges on how do you wrap some things, and so I'm going to share with you some really great hints for some unique shapes that you can that you'll need to wrap. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how do we wrap a plushie that has a unique feature like this. So next year is the year of the snake. So we have a nice snake plushie that we're going to try to wrap. And what's cool is that, you know, you can use a gift bag, but I think something from around the house will really make your gift wrap special. So I've got a paper plate that's just big enough to fit Mr. Snake in. You want to get just a couple sheets of wrapping tissue, and I'm using red and green in this case. And so what you want to do is put them, center it, and overlap them like this. And we're going to take Mr. Snake in the plate, place him right in the middle, and then using the outer tissue, which in this case is the red, we're going to take the opposite corners and bring that together. And then the same for the other two, so bring that up. As you bring up the green section here, and then you're just going to hug around the plate at the base, like that. And then a nice alternative to ribbon is Mizuhiki cords, which we have here at Pastry, and it is a paper cord that is 36 inches long, really nice, decorative, comes in lots of colors. So we kind of wrap it around twice, take our ends, and just make a nice simple square knot, or you could do a bow if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and do a bow. So that's a nice, simple way to wrap something unique, this shape, the Mr. Snake, using what you have around the house and some simple tissue.
Many thanks to Linda for yet another creative gift wrapping solution, and hopefully she got you thinking about how to fold some other oddly shaped gifts that you're planning to give out this year. She is instructing us on other items to wrap, such as a bento box and basket, so look forward to more of Linda's wrapping tutorials on this channel. Next up, we share some noteworthy stories from the community news files. Director, just roll it.
Next is our News Bites, highlighting events over the past month or so, including stories from the pages of the Nichi Bei News. Let's roll the News Bites, please.
So let's roll the news bites. The news bites rolling. For her Girl Scout Gold Award project, Miya Fujikawa researched and wrote descriptions of landmarks throughout San Jose's Japantown, making that information via 36 QR code stickers. Fujikawa, a Valley Christian High School senior and Girl Scout Troop 60260, wanted to share information about the community's history. Next time you're in San Jose's J-Town, bust out your smartphone to learn more about the ethnic enclave. Nihonmachi Little Friends held its annual sushi social on November 22nd in San Francisco's Japantown to celebrate its 49th anniversary. Consul General of Japan in San Francisco, Yo Osumi, presented the Foreign Minister's Commendation to Kathy Inamasu, NLF's former executive director.
So in her words, Nihonmachi Little Friends is filled with love. And I can feel that tonight in all of your warm smiles today.
Hundreds gathered at the Sacramento Asian Sports Foundation in Elk Grove on November 23rd as the Buddhist Church of Sacramento celebrated its 125th anniversary. Eventgoers were treated to a live auction of desserts and entertainment by Cherry Blossoms, a Japanese-American music group, in addition to a silent auction, raffle, and photo booth. A parade of elected officials presented proclamations to the church in recognition of the auspicious occasion. Strength Through Unity was the Florin JACL Sacramento Valley Chapter's theme as it celebrated its 89 years of social justice advocacy and community service on December 7th at the Laguna Town Hall in Elk Grove. The chapter honored the Jankenpo Gakko, a summer cultural program, with its Community Leadership Award, journalist Sharon Ito with its Carol Hisatomi Women's Leadership Award, Jennifer Kubo with its Florin JACL SV Leadership Award, and Krista Keplinger with its Next Generation Leadership Award. At the Koho Co-Creative Hub in SF Japantown, an informational meeting was held for all people and families who were displaced in SF Japantown during the 1960s by the San Francisco Redevelopment Agency, now called Office of Community Investment and Infrastructure, or OCII. The certificates of preference allow former residents and heirs to return to live in San Francisco Japantown if they were so displaced. Around 40 people attended the meeting, with some families who were displaced attending to understand the process of obtaining their certificates. For more up-to-date news like this, please be sure to subscribe to the Nichi Bei News, carrying on a legacy of 125 years of community leadership through media at nichibei.org/subscribe.
You gotta reach in your pocket and say, you're gonna go 330! What about 340? Are we gonna go 340? We got 330 right here. I'll tell you what, we've got two of them.
Well everyone, thank you so much for joining us for our 11th episode of Season 3. We hope that you enjoyed what we, and of course all of our featured chefs, cooked up for the Café menu today. At this point, we want to give a big thanks to the Henry and Tomoya Takahashi Charitable Foundation for their continued support of the Café. We're always appreciative of our collaboration with you in finding new ways to engage the Nikkei community. So please continue to support us by telling your friends, family, and loved ones to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this episode, and comment down below. To stay in the know of more happenings in our Japanese American community, please consider becoming a member of our Nichi Bei community to help support what we do here at nichibei.org/subscribe. Next time you're in San Jose's J-Town, bust out your smartphone to learn more about the ethnic enclave. Damn it. In San Jose. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Event goers were treated to a live auction of desserts and entertainment by Cherry Blossoms, with a Z. Wait, hold on. Cherry Blossoms is I'm gathering and entertain like a food. www.nichibei.org/subscribe. Almost made it through. It's like, why is it so much? Why is it so much? No, it's okay. I mean, I think these are just the lines that I've been saying.